Welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today we got Kevin Rakestraw. Hey, Kevin.
Hey.
Hi. We're also joined by Ryan Holes. Hey, Ryan. If this is your first time tuning in, Kevin and I are challenging ourselves to find movies that Ryan likes in the hopes that we will reach the coveted 10 out of 10. You can join in on the conversation by sending your movie suggestions for Ryan to podcast@filmpulse.net or by sending me a DM on Twitter @FilmPulseNet. If you like the show, consider helping us out by going to the Friedreich's Ataxia Research Alliance website at curefa.org and consider a donation. Ryan, what movie did we have you watch this week?
The Hunt for the Wilderpeople.
Hunt for the Wilderpeople. This came out in 2016. This is written and directed by Taika Waititi. I have a synopsis here. A national manhunt is ordered for a rebellious kid and his foster uncle who go missing in the wild New Zealand bush. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about Hunt for the Wilderpeople?
So there's a kid in the adoption system, and they present him to his aunt, and he really doesn't want to go with his aunt, but he does anyway because she convinces everyone to work together to make a good solution, and she goes to a station.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
So she goes to teach him what to do, what not to do out in the wilderness because they live in the middle of nowhere. And she goes and they go out one day and they see a wild hog and the music so nice and the feeling is so nice. And all of a sudden, she just repeatedly snaps the shit out of the thing. And they kind of bond over that. And a few years later, the aunt dies. So the boy is left with her husband. And he's really not into kids. He doesn't know how to handle kids. And they go out in the wilderness. And the uncle ends up breaking his ankle. And they somehow stay out the wilderness long enough for it to heal. And meanwhile, they're making sort of a home for themselves and kind of bonding over that. And then the police start saying that the kid was abducted by his uncle and that his uncle molested him and whatnot. And while they're in the wilderness, they go upon this random cabin and they go in, they sit down, and they're talking. And all of a sudden, three other guys walk in the cabin, and that's when they try and confront the two. And those two use their words against the other guys, and they also fire guns at them just to scare them off. And they scared the hunt. And they keep joining. They're out of the wilderness some more. And the cops eventually catch up to them. And when they catch up to them, the boy ends up telling the police that the uncle molested him and did all this stuff to him and he kidnapped him. And he's been the uncle is sent to jail. And then when he gets out of jail, he used to live in sort of a halfway house. And when they're in the halfway house, the kid goes see him again and tells him he's sorry for everything. And everything is magically all better.
All right. So what did you think of Hunt for the Wilderpeople?
There were certain points that made me laugh a lot.
Were they hearty laughs.
Get some belly laughs going?
Yeah.
Deep
Yeah.
from the gut.
Yes.
Wow.
All right. So a few weeks ago, actually it was probably a couple months ago now, we had you watch What We Do in the Shadows, and you really liked that. This is the same director. Now, how does this compare to What We Do in the Shadows?
I didn't like it as much, but almost as much.
Okay.
So it's close, neck and neck.
Yeah, I mean they are definitely different movies. The humor, the comedy, and What We Do in the Shadows is much more frequent, but I think that this movie still has a hearty number of laughs in it.
And the kid from Deadpool, that kid makes me laugh a lot.
Ricky Baker.
Oh, Ricky Baker.
He's a bad egg. that intro when they introduce Ricky Baker, oh my god, that little like montage of him like spitting and doing that stuff.
And I love that they the song Tupac. Because he wants to be a gangster. And like go throughout the movie, he smells things. I don't know if it's on bros or not, but it made me laugh. And the fact that he's always talking about being a gangster. And that's so cool. It sounds amazing about a gangster. That also made me laugh a number of times.
Oh,
it's a little 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Trying to be a hard ass. And he has an action is clearly not a gay.
Yeah, Kevin, where does this one stack up on the Waititi scale for you?
It's pretty high. I think this is like my second favorite. I actually like this more than What We Do in the Shadows.
So for you, it'd be Boy, Hunt for the Wilderpeople, then What We Do in the Shadows, or
it would be Boy, Hunt for the Wilderpeople, and then Shadows.
Okay.
And then Eagle versus Shark.
Mm-hmm. You didn't see Thor Ragnarok, but
no. That's not in there. That's not in there. That's probably under Eagle versus Shark.
I think you need to see it.
It's Thor. No one gives a fuck about Thor.
You can say that, but once you see it, it'll be. I think we'll be having a different conversation.
Okay.
We'll
see.
It's Thor, but it's Thor done by Taika Waititi. Like,
yeah,
it has his voice in it. I mean, it's definitely, as much as it is a Marvel movie, they allowed him to have his signature on that movie.
All right. We'll see what happens.
He's
Where's it ranked for you? Where's this movie?
That's actually a great question. For me, this is probably.
I swear to God, if you say this.
No, I mean, this would be like.
Be careful.
Be like number 2 or number 3 for me. I don't know. Like I'm pretty. I like this almost as much as What We Do in the Shadows. I think those two for me are pretty even. So
okay.
any given day, they could switch spots for me. I think Boy is also my number 1.
Yeah, it's tough to top Boy.
It really is.
I think for the reason that this movie edges out What We Do in the Shadow is Ricky Baker.
Yeah,
like Ricky Baker is just so great of a character.
He truly is. Sam Neill's great in this too. I think that it must be noted that Sam Neill is playing the kind of kooky Bushman character. He's pretty great, and he's doing the new Thor movie too. They just announced that he's going to be, because he was going to be directing the Akira movie.
Yeah,
but that got put on probably permanent hiatus. So he's going to be tackling the new Thor movie.
Put everything on hold. Phase 4 coming through.
I'm sure that the new Thor movie will be pretty cool. They announced that Natalie Portman was coming back, and she's going to be the female Thor, which I don't understand. Like, everybody's saying, like, oh, she's the female Thor. But Thor is Thor. Like, she could be a female character that has the same powers as Thor. Like, Thor's the... do you know what I'm saying? Like, Thor is the name of a person. It's like, it's like a character. Like, you can say, oh, that's the female Spider-Man. That's Spider-Woman. Because the Spider-Man moniker doesn't refer to, like, it's not the name of a person. You wouldn't say, oh, that's the female Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have no idea how this works. I don't know how it's going to work. Why isn't Ricky Baker Thor?
I don't know. He might, maybe he's in it.
Maybe he plays Little Thor.
As Ryan said, he is in Deadpool 2.
There you go.
And
does he play Deadpool? Is he Deadpool?
No, he's not Deadpool, but he is. He's like this little kid with powers, and he's pretty funny in it.
That's pretty hilarious, man. That movie worth watching.
So it almost sounds, Ryan, that you're a huge fan, what I can gather, of Julian Dennison, who plays Ricky Baker and whoever that kid is in Deadpool 2 that's not Deadpool.
Yeah, but I don't know what else he's in.
No.
Is he even in anything else? Because he's pretty young.
Yeah, he's pretty young. He hasn't been in a whole lot. He was in a couple other movies, and he's going to be in the upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong movie.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's the one that's going to be directed by Adam Wingard. And then he's in a TV series that's coming out called The Strange Chores, which is an animated series from the looks of it.
There you go.
There's some really crazy thick accents in this. I noticed from time to time I had a little trouble understanding what they're saying.
Mm.
But I also ended up it's just really like it when you first hear what they say. It's I don't know how to explain that.
You have trouble with the New Zealand accent to begin with?
Yeah. It's like a Australian accent, only they pronounce words really, really oddly. Like the letters are more pronounced. If that makes sense.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Maybe.
I kind of
know. Like when they say the word dead, they say indeed. And I really want to catch one.
I'd also like to give shout outs to Rhys Darby as Psycho Sam in this.
He's always enjoyable.
Yeah.
That guy does make a laugh a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anything could top his role in Flight of the Conchords, but what was his name? Was it Barry? Murray. I knew it was a Y. Murray. He was so funny in that show. Oh my God.
I love that I just looked him up on IMDb. Trademark New Zealander accent. That is his trademark.
The trailer for Jojo Rabbit just came out this week. That's the new Taika Waititi directed film. Ryan, have you? I'm sure you haven't seen the trailer yet, but maybe we could pitch this to you and see if you're interested. The synopsis for Jojo Rabbit is a young boy in Hitler's army finds out his mother is hiding a Jewish girl in their home.
Oh man!
And Taika. All right.
What is that? I'm done.
Just because I'm in.
Hitler was in Jewish prison. There is 32 odds and like.
Right. Taika Waititi plays Hitler in this movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it also stars Scarlett Johansson. I think that's...
Yeah, man. Oh man, that.
Don't oversell it.
I know. I just keep piling it on. Just Sam Rockwell's in it. Rebel Wilson.
Oh man, I'm both them too. What's he in this man?
What?
Did he play the doctor in this?
Who's that?
Taika
Waititi.
Yeah.
He played the minister, I think, or the preacher or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant, not director. Alright.
That's what he meant by doctor.
I was saying minister, but I was looking at a paper.
Any final thoughts before we give you your drum roll on Hunt for the Wilderpeople, Ryan?
It's worth watching.
Worth a look. There you go. Ryan's seal of approval. Let's go ahead and give you your drum roll here. What do you give Hunt for the Wilderpeople? 9.
Why is it?
Whoa.
Why is it every time he says 9, I hear 5?
I don't know.
It's 2 in a row.
Two
Back to
weeks
back.
in a row. 9s.
Back-to-back 9s. Now we talked on the last show for Upgrade. You were in a bad sort of ways. Things weren't going well for you. I have text to prove it. So you needed something uplifting, kind of get your spirits back up. That was the mission here. Did it work even for the briefest moment?
Yep, briefly.
Nice.
Right.
That's because we're good friends, Adam.
Yeah, you were like, this was sort of a very last minute thing. Like we didn't have a chance to put a lot of thought into your pick. But
I had no input.
Yeah, Kevin didn't. Kevin, because
I was sleeping.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were probably in bed when the conversation occurred, but it was like last night at like 10 o'clock, and Ryan confirmed we were gonna do it this week. Got excited. I was like, "What kind of movie do you want? Comedy." This was like the first one I thought of, and I was like, "Let's just do it." So I'm glad it worked out now. So this director's 2 for 2 for you. So I take it that you're gonna be in no matter what for whatever else he has, right? Oh, and you like Diva versus Shark too.
Yeah.
So he's 3 for 3 for you.
Yep.
Nice.
He's 4 for 4 if you count what we done the Shadows TV show.
Okay. Yeah, we can count that. So any of his movies are going to be a safe bet for us, Kevin.
Yeah, but now you have to give me them to watch before I watch them myself.
He's just going to take it upon himself to watch these. All right. Good week. We got another success. Ryan likes another movie. 9 out of 10, 2 weeks in a row. Solid.
Man,
what
gotta keep this streak going.
What I want to start doing at the end of the show is to get your pick for next week, Ryan, so the listeners can know what they're in store for next week. So do you know...
Or they can even send in suggestions.
Yes. Yeah, we're always looking for suggestions to give him. Podcast at filmpulse.net, or you can just send me a DM. My DMs are open on Twitter at filmpulse.net. Ryan, what are you feeling for next week? Action. All right.
Oh boy.
Well, Kevin and I will have a powwow and come up with a good, solid action movie for you.
Yeah.
Next week. I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your picks for Ryan again at podcast@filmpulse.net or on Twitter at filmpulsenet. You can follow Kevin on Twitter at filmpulsekevin and Ryan at mylegsdon'twork. If you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/filmpulse. Consider helping us out by becoming a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.